Good stoppage. Wait, where's the thing? Where is it? There we go. Good morning. Woke up this morning with my mind. Woke up walking and talking with my mind on Jesus. I like that song. I so wish the link wasn't dead so I could have it for me. Alright. I wanted to focus a little bit today on, and maybe I might even make a little habit of it for a little bit, on some of the tough stuff. I think sometimes on this, I have a tendency to think that maybe the people who are watching it don't know Christ, and therefore I'm trying to, speak so much of His blessings and how many, in all the ways He's helped, and all the beautiful, wonderful, delicious things He said. And then sometimes I wonder if I skirt some of the more tricky bits, which are just as beautiful, if not sometimes more beautiful, because they call us to dash away from ourselves all the more radically. And here, I wanted to start that maybe with one of the best of those. He just spoke the Beatitudes, which you may have heard, blessed are those, woe to those, sort of thing. And I might even do that, too, because those are a little on the squirrely, tricky side. But let's, there you can see it. Dun, 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 dun. Luke 6:27. But I say to you who hear. Oh, which is also what Selah means, by the way. For those who have ears to hear, let them hear. For I say to you who hear. Again, him also being funny. Jesus likes a little sarcasm. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. And pray for those who spitefully use you. To him who strikes you on the one cheek, offer the other also. And from him who takes away your cloak, do not withhold your tunic either. Give to everyone who asks of you. And from him who takes away your goods, do not ask them back. And just as you want men to do to you, you also do to them likewise. But if you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. And if you lend to those from whom you hope to receive back, what credit is that to you? For even sinners led sinners to receive as much back. But love your enemies, do good, and lend, hoping for nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High. For He is kind to the unthankful and evil. Therefore be merciful, just as your Father also is merciful. Now, some of that just seems practical, right? Like Jesus is just calling here for some radical goodness, that we're to be good to. He of course, is not saying, hey, don't be good to those who are good to you, or don't be kind to those who are kind to you, but rather take that and take it all the way, bring it all the way, take it past, again, what is natural, I think, in ourselves, in our own nature. And he doesn't say that just, hey, go do that, and I'm going to watch, and if you mess it up, I'm going to ruin you. He speaks throughout his life of God's assistance in all things, that the Spirit of God can move through you and make you do things that you never thought you'd be able to do. And there are some of those in here. To him who strikes you on the one cheek, offer the other also. Now that whole turn the other cheek philosophy is definitely permeated into culture, so you've all heard that, but think about that. Someone comes up and slaps you in the face. Perhaps your enemy, maybe they hate you. They're doing it to get a rise out of you. Now, I do Krav Maga. I'm going to go in an hour or so. And in that, there's none of this. even though it's Israeli, funnily enough. But if someone slaps you once, you don't really wait for the second slap. But Christ here is saying, no. He's saying your instincts are wrong. If someone slaps you on the face, give them the other side. If someone tries to hold you up, take your jacket. Give them your jacket. Give them your shirt. None of this. None of this is that important. The substance of this earth, not vitally important. So you lose a jacket and a shirt. So what? Maybe they needed it. Maybe they didn't. And you know what then you're called for there? Love. Love. To love your enemies. Because yeah, isn't it pretty easy to love those who love you back? Or love those who are lovable? But for those who curse you, speak ill about you, gossip about you behind your back, do nothing but use you and sabotage you, then you're saying, love your enemies. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who spitefully use you. You are to burden your heart with love for everybody. That's pretty heavy. That's some heavy business. And it's so funny because to me that is maybe it's just my nature. Remember how you guys are like, I love everyone all the time. I love terrorists. I love rapists. I love child molesters. Now, it doesn't mean in any sort of way that he's saying like doing those things is well and good. It speaks often about the eventual judgment that will come to all who wicked and work in their own selfish I got it ways. But to love them. Love them. And sometimes I've actually found just a philosophical angle that has eased this somewhat in my life. And it was actually sung about in a Sufjan Stevens song, the John Wayne Gacy song, where he says, he's singing this really sweet song about John Wayne Gacy and all these bodies buried under his house, and Sufjan sings in it, he goes, in my best behavior, I am really just like him. Check underneath my floorboards for the secrets I have hid. And I love that, because in a way that is certainly an echoing of something I have found useful, y'all, which is those who curse me, we're not that different. None of us are different, you know? I believe we are all flawed. We are all a mess. I'm no different than the person who curses me. I've spitefully used people. I've said negative things about people at some point in my life. And I turn and toss and buck and complain to the greatest blessings in my life, you know? It's to the creator of my life and the sustainer of my joy. So who am I to not love anyone? Radical love, my friends. Let's just try it today, shall we? Let's give it a whirl. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. And pray for those who spitefully use you. It's a lot. It's a lot that God is asking. It's a lot that Christ is asking for. But through him, all righteousness so possible. Amen. Selah.